asked, what's the number of the last check you wrote? I don't know. I said, I didn't read the number. I said, usually I have someone else have to write it. I don't remember every single number. Well, there's not much we can do if you don't know the check number. So they ended up canceling my account and opening up a new account so that then it would stop anybody from writing checks on that account. No problem. Hooray. So then I get a letter in the mail from Social Security stating that they need all the information from my family. My dad got a letter. A condolence letter.
Oh.
That I had passed on. Good thing I spoke to him that morning. I mean, I'd hate to think if I hadn't. Because there has been times I've probably gone 2 or 3 weeks without talking to him. He calls me up and he says, what's going on? I says, well, what do you mean? He says, well, haven't you read your mail? And I said, well, no. I said, my reader's not here. And he's like, oh my gosh. He goes, do you realize that Social Security just has labeled you as deceased? I said, really? I went into the Social Security office to find out what the problem was. Well, the problem is when Social Security sent my deposit direct to the bank, the guy at the lockbox for the bank, he sent the check back to Social Security saying no such account, instead of looking and seeing that I had just changed accounts. So then the person at Social Security, instead of putting me in the find pile, accidentally sent me into the deceased file. I mean, a little mistake. So I go down to the Social Security office and I walk in. And if you were here a couple of weeks ago, you'll know Fred talked about going to Social Security. And they're not the brightest light bulb in the bunch. And I walk up, I get my little number, I get called, I go up to the desk. This is before they had the bulletproof glass. So, you know, I mean, now I understand why they've got the bulletproof glass. I am sitting there. I am sitting there in front of the desk talking to this lady. And I explain to her what happened. I give her my state ID. I give her my Social Security number. And I said, look, here's what happened. She says, we don't know that. How do we know you're really alive? I said, you've got my ID here. You've got my Social Security number. I'm sitting in front of you. She says, well, yeah, but we don't know that it's really you. And I'm like, well, she goes, you need 3 forms of picture ID. 3 forms of picture ID? Who carries 3 forms of picture ID on them all the time? Besides, isn't one picture enough to look at me? I think she just had a hot for me. No. So, it literally took me a month and a half and literally writing letters to the level of Orrin Hatch, sending it back in order to get myself reinstated. I had no income for 3 months. And then after they finally decided it and started my checks, I didn't get reimbursed for another 6 months. You know what they would have done if I owed them money? It's amazing how fast they run if you owe them money, opposed to if they owe you money. So for a month and a half, I couldn't do anything government related because I was not alive. Every government facility I went to, oh my gosh, they said, well, you're dead. Oh, I was just devastated. So I learned that it is possible, very possible to be careful, because it is possible to be dead while living. Thank you.